What's going on, Stim Junkies? Hi, Stim Ace here, and I hope you guys are having an incredible start to your week. Today, we are going to be reviewing a pre-workout that I am super excited about reviewing, and this one's pretty iconic within the Stim Junkie High Stim pre-workout community. It's been around for maybe two and a half years, and then it kind of disappeared for a while, and now it has officially resurfaced. What Stim Ace is going to be reviewing today is the Hive pre-workout from the Nemesis Project. Now, this one has existed in the past, and there were two iterations as far as I know. A little brief history lesson before we get into anything. The first version of this that came out supposedly didn't have the goods, and it wasn't really up to standard. It didn't really fit with what the label had suggested. And then they went ahead, they released the second version of it, a new run, and it was the same label, just manufactured differently in a different facility. And everybody said that that pre-workout was super euphoric and mood uplifting and just had you going in the gym for hours on end. This right here is version 3, and it hits a little bit differently. So let's not waste any more time. Let's roll that freaking intro. When we come back, we are going to review the Hive pre-workout in 2026. Alright guys, so looking at the tub of Hive we have here, freshly manufactured in 2026, it looks pretty much the same as the previous two versions, nothing really different on here. It's simple, it's to the point, but it does have that nice underground feel to it, which I really like. Now the interesting thing is right up here, it says attention, start with 1/4 to half a scoop. So some of you guys are going to be saying that it's BS, it's marketing, whatever. I'm telling you guys there might be some legitimacy to that, okay? So we are definitely going to go over that momentarily. Now, another thing I wanted to point out very quickly is the actual powder on here. It looks really cool. It's got a nice crystally look to it. Kind of looks like sugar, if I'm being honest, but definitely don't be sprinkling this into your morning coffee, all right? Because you might be a little hopped up if you do that. But overall, it's got a nice crystally look, kind of similar to Excelsior minus the pink color. As you guys can see, got the nice crystally specs. We like the crystally specs here on the Stim Ace channel, but that's essentially Hive in 2026. Let's get talking about this pre-workout. Alright guys, so as you saw, the tub here looks identical to what it looked like in the past. Now, for full disclaimers purposes, I never ever actually had the previous iteration, the V2 if you will, which supposedly was the version that everybody said was super euphoric and had some of the best DMHA-2 amino that's ever been sourced. I had the very first version, which I did pick up locally in a shop called Eva Supplements right here in New York City, and it wasn't really all that great, which again is in line with what people were saying about that very first version that came out. Then V2 came out, and everybody said it was one of their favorite pre-workouts. A lot of people had it on their top lists for a couple of years. But anyway, this new version here, V3, it hits differently, and I'd never had the previous version, but based on what I heard, I could tell you that this one here is an entirely different beast. Now, it does come in a couple of different flavors, and the flavor I have here is Valentine Punch, which is appropriate because it was just Valentine's Day this past weekend, and interesting little story that this has to do with. Also, we're going to get into that because that very first time on Saturday, I ran it at 9 grams, and then I went ahead and ran it again on Sunday at 6 grams, which is different than what you would expect. Usually, when it comes to reviewers, they start with a smaller dose, and then maybe the next time they'll bump it up a little bit. A little different over here, guys. We are breaking the mold. We are changing the format because this is a unique experience and definitely one that needs to be discussed. So anyway, the flavor, Valentine's Punch, it's not great. It's not great, which in a way is great because it leads me to believe that it will indeed have the goods. And you guys are going to have to stay tuned to the effects section to find out whether this does indeed have the goods or not. But essentially what Valentine's Punch tastes like is fruit punch mixed with Robitussin and cough syrup. That's pretty much exactly what it tastes like. Okay, so not great, not the worst I ever had, but definitely has that synthetic flavor that maybe some of you would appreciate. All right, with that being said, guys, let's not waste any more time. Let's go ahead and break down this crazy label. So looking at the supplement facts here, you're getting 20 servings per container. 1 scoop is the full serving size, which comes in at 9 grams. So no half scoop or 2 scoops or any of that nonsense, guys, just 1 scoop for the full serving size. However, there is a little bit of a caveat because when you look at the top of the lid here, it says, attention, start with 1/4 to half a scoop. Now, I've seen this little, I guess you could call it a warning or whatever. I've seen that on certain pre-workouts, not on many, but it's literally right here on top of the label, which is very interesting. And I did speak to the owner before even trying this one out, and he himself told me to try it at half a scoop or 3/4 of a scoop. And obviously, high Stim Ace always starts at the top, and I work my way down. So I did start at 9 grams that very first time. Second time, I brought it down to 6. The experience was a little bit different. We're going to talk about it. But we're going to read everything as it pertains to the full 9-gram dose, because that's how we always do it here on the channel. We start off with niacin coming in at 20 milligrams, which for me is the perfect sweet spot. I'm not a big fan of niacin over like 30, 35, 40 milligrams. Anything with 20 or below is okay for me. It's going to add a little bit of the tingling, a little bit of a sense of urgency, maybe contribute to that thermogenesis down the line. But you definitely don't get that nasty niacin flush on here. And thank God for that, because I hate niacin flushes. Beta-alanine, 3,200 milligrams for the tingles will work well with that niacin. Beta anhydrous, I think they meant to say betaine anhydrous. You gotta love the underground labels, guys. Betaine anhydrous, 2,000 milligrams for strength output. Okay, a little bit less than the clinical dose, but believe me, guys, this pre-workout ain't trying to be clinical anything. Okay, this is a stim junkie underground hitter. We're gonna talk about it. Arginine HCl for additional pumps and strength output, 1,200 milligrams. And then we have 480 milligrams of a caffeine blend, which claims to have caffeine anhydrous, caffeine citrate. That's it. No dicaffeine malate, so no long-lasting form of caffeine. But believe me, the way you're going to feel on this one, you're going to feel energy for a very long time, okay? It yields a total of 420 milligrams of caffeine, which is pretty cool. Then we have DMHA, just straight up DMHA. No 2-amino, no walnut, no juglans, just straight up DMHA. 225. I like that. Very reminiscent of pre-workouts from a couple of years ago that we're not afraid of the FDA, okay? We got theobromine at 100 milligrams for additional smooth stimulation. Synephrine HCl 50 milligrams. Gotta love that synephrine. Nupep 20 milligrams. That actually explains a lot. And lastly, we have yohimbine. It's kind of misspelled over here. It says yohimbay. But yeah, yohimbine coming in at 4 milligrams. Not really sure if this is regular yohimbine or alpha-yo. I'm assuming it's regular yohimbine, but hold your horses, guys. Labels are just labels. Let's talk real-world effects. Before High Stim Ace breaks down my experience running the Hive pre-workout in 2026 2 times over the past weekend, don't forget to like this video, comment below, share the channel with a fellow Stim junkie or a pre-workout enthusiast, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. All right, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and say that the warning label that is here on top of the lid right over here, guys, in case you didn't see it earlier, it says start with 1/4 to half a scoop for your very first time. This warning label is not bullshit, okay? It's not here for shock factor. It's not here to create a nice little surprise, a little mystery element. Nothing like that, okay? This warning label is definitely legit. And I'm going to say that even you diehard Stim junkies that watch the High Stim Ace channel regularly, you can easily get away with running this at 5 to 6 grams, and it's going to be stronger than a lot of other pre-workouts. This one comes in relatively quickly. You're going to feel it in about 8 to 10 minutes. Little nootropic bubble feeling comes in first and foremost. A good DMHA buzz definitely has the goods. There's no question about it. No question whether it's a good Juglans or a English walnut. No, this is 2-amino, okay? I know 2-amino. This is 2-amino. You're getting that buzz very quickly. 10 minutes in, it's already there. You're going to feel slight beta tingles, nothing too crazy, honestly, and thank God for that, because it does have the niacin at 20 milligrams. I'm not a fan of niacin, so 20 milligrams and below is okay. Anything, like I said, over 30 is too much for me personally, but no niacin flush, no prickling, nothing like that. Very light tingles, which kind of come and go in about 10 minutes, so nothing crazy there. The energy comes in relatively smoothly at first. You do have the citrate in here, but the interesting thing is that when I first got to the gym, and I took this pre-workout about 20 minutes before I started touching the weights, right? I got to the gym and I had watched the homies review, Garage Gym homie, shouts out to my main man, GGH, and he said that this thing was freaking intense, that the heart rate was up, and that he was just hopped up the entire time. I didn't get that for the first 20 minutes. And obviously, certain pre-workouts are builders. I've reviewed my share of pre-workouts that take a while to build up and get to where they need to get to. But this one here for the first 20 minutes, just good DMHA, positive vibes, good mood elevation, very reminiscent of those pre-workouts from like 2.5 years ago, the good DMHA pre-workouts, you know, like the OG Kilo Labs Hybrid, Eris Titanium, you know, the good feeling 2-amino that we know and love. That's how it felt for the first 20 minutes. Now, I swear to God, guys, on Saturday, on Valentine's Day, when I hit my very first set, literally got on the bench, got my dumbbells, hit the first set, literally, after I put the dumbbells down, after that first set, the alpha-yo came in full freaking swing. All 4 milligrams of, again, whether it's yohimbine or alpha-yo, definitely feels more like alpha-yo, and I wouldn't be surprised if it has 4 milligrams of legitimate, well-sourced alpha-yo in here. This is strong. So I'm going to tell you guys right now, if you do not like Alpha Yo, if you do not vibe with it, if you're afraid of anything that has yohimbine in the title, stay away from this pre-workout. This is not for you. And you guys that do like Alpha Yo, even if you're used to pre-workouts such as Edge of Insanity or the Mr. White Yayo or Wrecked and Raged or any of these other Hypermaxed 3D, whatever, all those crazy Alpha Yo hitters, I'm telling you guys right now, this hits a lot harder. This is intense. The heart rate will be up. You will be sweating. You will be a little short of breath at times. So I'm going to tell you right off the bat, guys, for me personally, running it the second time at 6 grams paired with a pump formula was the ideal experience. That first time, 9 grams, I took it just with Magnify pump capsules. I did not want to stack any heavy pump products on top of it. Really wanted to feel the Stim and Nootropic package come together. And boy, does it come together. You are in freaking survival mode, Edge of Insanity, no pun intended, just freaking going nuts on those weights, but you're breathing heavy. You have to rest a little bit in between, but you're just hopped up. This is definitely more akin to a crazy stemmed out Alpha Yo experience as opposed to DMHA experience. And it's interesting because, again, the first 20 minutes, that DMHA buzz is so good. And you know it's the real good. You're just going to feel it and feel happy and motivated and excited and just great DMHA feeling. Then once you start pushing the iron and once you start pumping, the Alpha Yo takes over, the DMHA goes to the backseat. It's still there. You still have the buzzing feeling, that ringing feeling going on the entire time, but you're just overtaken with this yohimbine Alpha Yo combination they got going in here. This is an aggressive pre-workout, but also a feel-good pre-workout. Not one of those products where you're going to want to talk to people, though. You're definitely going to want to have your music in and just be super dialed in. Crazy, laser-sharp focus, real sense of intensity. So I wouldn't take this for leg day personally. I like taking this for chest, for back, shoulders, what have you. This is a very solid product. And I know that certain people are going to hear me say that I prefer the 6 gram experience over the 9 gram experience, because this thing at 9 grams, you're going to feel it for like maybe 3, 4, 5 hours post-training. It's not going to come down. This thing is intense. After 2.5 hours, it does tone down a little bit, but you're still going to feel hopped up for the rest of the day. So Saturday, I went home, ran a couple of errands, did some stuff, which kind of worked out well in my opinion. But overall, I'm telling you guys, even you Stim junkies, take it at 6 grams, which is 3/4 of a dose. You will thank me. I know you guys are going to say, oh, but then we're not getting the full efficacious label dosages. Who the hell cares, guys? This is a Stim blend. You're not taking this to get quote unquote efficacious bodybuilding dosages. You're taking this product here to get stimmed the hell up. So you can go ahead, take it at 6 grams, take my word for it, guys, pair it with your favorite pump formula or non-stim pre-workout, huge supplements, Apollo Nutrition, Extremis Cartel, whatever's your favorite pump formula, pair it on top of this. You're going to have an amazing experience because this stim package is very strong. It also has a crazy focus from the new pep that's in here. This thing is freaking incredible. This is akin to the Dark Labs products from like 2.5 years ago, the ones that were really strong. And in general, this is a Stim junkie bomb right here. So I'm telling you guys, if you like your aggressive, strong pre-workouts that bring you back from the dead, this is definitely a good one. Now, one thing that's very interesting and a bit of a TMI here, but no Stimmy Willy on this one here. Surprisingly, no Stimmy Willy whatsoever. As a matter of fact, it kind of had the opposite effect, and I'm going to leave it at that. But you guys take that information and do with it as you will. This is an amazing freaking pre-workout. Really enjoyed it. Had a great time. It's staying in my personal rotation, and I think you guys are really going to like it. Now, if you want to go ahead and pick this bad boy up, you can get it directly from their website. I'm going to link it down below. You can also grab it over at NutriCartel.com. I'm going to link all that information. Going to pin the comment. You Stim junkies are going to like this one. Very good product, very strong, very aggressive, perfect blend of yohimbine and DMHA, but kind of leaning more towards that yohimbine. Just crazy energy, sense of aggression, but also a feel-good feeling in the background. Guys, if you enjoyed this review, don't forget to like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell, all that other fun stuff. Follow the Instagram at Hi Stim Ace, and I will see you all next time for the next Hi Stim pre-workout review. Take care, everybody. Hi Stim Ace. Signing off.